What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? I hope you're excited because today we're going to be talking about 5 young guns I think have a chance at spiking and going up in value before the season ends. And by the season, I mean the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're going to be looking at teams that I think are going to make the playoffs and the cards have a chance to spike in the playoffs. Might seem a little early to start looking at this since we're not even halfway through the season. We don't know all the playoff teams, but I think this is a good opportunity to get ahead of the hype behind some of these cards and try and make a profit. This is not financial advice, so of course, purchase at your own risk. And we are doing our 500 subscriber giveaway right now. The entry video is posted. It will be linked down in the description. So if you have not done so already, please go ahead and enter that giveaway. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, really means a lot to me, and comment down below which young guns you think will go up in value come playoff time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kicking it off with number 5. And by the way, we will be talking about more than 5 cards on this list. But this first one I'm going to group together as I have talked about these 2 cards already before in past videos. But the first one we're going to talk about is Elias Sorokin's Young Guns from 2021 Series 2. Not going to go too much into it. Sorokin's have been having an incredible season. I've talked about it before. I think he's going to be one of the best goalies in the league eventually. And the Islanders usually do damage in the playoffs. So we saw it with Ottinger last season. His card really spiked when he played well in the playoffs. So Sorokin can have a big playoff performance if the Islanders can go deep in the playoffs, which when they make it, they usually win a series or 2. I think this card could definitely go up in value. Sorokin's currently selling for around 25 Canadian on eBay. And the other guy I've talked about a lot that I'm going to kind of gloss over, Michael Bunting, currently selling for around $10 Canadian on eBay. Absolutely killing it lately. He's back with the top 6. So I think if the Leafs win around, their cards are all going to skyrocket. Everyone will be wanting these guys, especially if they're playing well. If they're not playing well, like if Bunting does something stupid, gets demoted back to the bottom 6, obviously his card won't spike then. But if he has a big prominent role in them winning a playoff series, this card, I believe, will spike. All right, next up at number 4, we're going to talk about 2 goaltenders, actually, that I believe could have spikes if their teams go on some deep playoff runs. I think there's definitely potential here for Logan Thompson's card to go up in value. Currently selling for around, I think he's $20 Canadian on eBay right now. Starting goaltender for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's looked good. I think this is his rookie season in quotation marks. He did play some last year, but I think this is his, I think it's 22 games you need to be your official rookie season. He's been playing very well. The West definitely weaker than the East. I think Vegas could go on a deep playoff run, and if they do, Logan Thompson's going to have to be a big part of it, so this card should go up in value. The other goalie we're going to touch on briefly here is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes emerging goaltender Pyotr Kochetkov. I think a lot of things have to go right for this card to spike because it has already spiked. This is actually the only 22-23 card on this list. He's currently selling for around $55 Canadian on eBay, and I think that's a little rich for a guy that's not even the starting goaltender on his team, considering Frederik Andersen, Antti Ranta both have injury issues. There is a chance that he becomes the starter for the playoffs, and if he does, this card could go up, but I think the Logan Thompson overall just a better play because there isn't really as much competition for Thompson as there is Kochetkov, and his card is already priced lower. I think Carolina definitely has potential to go on deep playoff run, but I just don't know if Kochetkov's going to be the guy. All right, that's the last time we're going to combine 2 names into one list. Coming in at number 3, going to be talking about another Carolina Hurricane. It's actually their leading scorer, Martin Necas. I'm kind of surprised this card's undervalued this much, but it does make sense given the market. He's currently selling for around $25 Canadian on eBay, and he's been absolutely killing it this season. With this list, I'm just trying to pick out the teams I think can go on deep playoff runs. I think Carolina has one of the most well-rounded teams in the NHL. Solid defense, solid goaltending, solid forward group. The only thing with this Martin Necas card, for it to spike in the playoffs, he needs to get his share. He should, since he's been the lead scorer. He gets a lot of ice time, but there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. You got Sebastian Aho, you got Andrei Svechnikov, you got Max Pacioretty, Seth Jarvis. Kotkaniemi hasn't been playing well, but who knows? He could step up. If Martin Necas can continue this, and Carolina can go on a good playoff run, this card should go up in value. All right, coming in at number 2, one of my favorite teams to go on a deep playoff run this season. His teammates finally got some respect. I think it's time he gets some respect. Coming in at number 2, Roope Hintz of the Dallas Stars. That line of Hintz, Robertson, and Pavelski has been outstanding this season, and Roope Hintz has been getting some love. His cards up from the start of the season, but not nearly as much as Robertson. Now, I love the Dallas Stars core. They got 4 really strong young players in Robertson, Heiskanen, Ottinger, and Hintz. And I think Hintz is their second best offensive weapon on this team. So if the Dallas Stars go on another run like in 2020 to the Cup final, I think Roope Hintz's cards should jump in value once again. Currently only selling for $25 Canadian on eBay, scoring at over a point per game. His chemistry with Pavelski and Robertson, if they can click in the playoffs, I think he could be a big riser. All right, before we talk about the number one riser I have on this list, I want to give a quick honorable mention, quick shout out to Adam Fox of the New York Rangers. I think his card could grow if New York does well in the playoffs, if he plays well, but I don't know how confident I am in the Rangers going deep in the playoffs this season. We'll have to wait and see. But Adam Fox's cards have kind of fallen from grace. He was selling well over $100, I think a little over a year ago, actually. But he's recently come down around $60 Canadian on eBay. I think since Cale Makar's emergence as probably the top defenseman in the league, it has hurt Adam Fox's values a bit. His cards have come down since Cale has gone on, won a Stanley Cup, won a Norris Trophy, and all that. And now Cale Makar's prices are through the roof, and Adam Fox's have kind of fallen from grace a tiny bit. It's not like Adam Fox has been playing bad. He's been playing really well. It's just he's not Cale Makar, and that's why his values have fallen. But I think with a deep playoff run, if the Rangers won a Stanley Cup, Adam Fox's cards would go through the roof. It's just he's not Cale Makar, and it's hurt him. All right, number one on this list, we're going to play a little game. I had no idea he was doing this well. I knew he was doing well, but I did not know he was the 4th highest scorer on his team. And yes, I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you're not a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, I want you in the comments right now to tell me who you think the 4th highest scorer on the Tampa Bay Lightning is. At number 1, you got Nikita Kucherov. At number 2, you have Steven Stamkos. At number 3, you have Braden Point. Who is number 4? If you said Brandon Hagel, then you are correct. I knew he was playing well. I didn't think he was playing this well. And his young gun values don't reflect that he's been playing this well at all. He's currently selling for around $5 Canadian on eBay. And he's got 31 points in 39 games. He's playing top-line minutes on the Tampa Bay Lightning and top power play time. Tampa is my pick to win the Cup this year. You heard it here first, folks. I think Tampa's going to go back and win the Cup and make a dynasty of their own. And I think if they do win that Cup, Brandon Hagel will probably be a big part of it. Yes, there's a lot of other players on this team. You got Kucherov, Stamkos, Point, Hedman, Vasilevsky, but Brandon Hagel will probably have a role. People have been sleeping on the Tampa Bay Lightning all year, and I think that's the main reason this card is kind of flown under the radar. And I think this card only grows in value if Tampa gets to the final, wins the Cup. If they go out round 1 or 2 or 3, I don't think this card really grows at all if Hagel doesn't perform in the playoffs either. But I think this is the cheapest option on the list. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you think this list is absolute garbage down in the comments below. Obviously, I'm just making predictions, taking random shots in the dark at teams I think will have good success in the playoffs, and also taking random shots at cards I think can go up because of those results. Obviously, way too early to be doing these predictions, so take this list with a huge grain of salt. If you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me. Make sure you enter our 500 subscriber giveaway. Link in the description below. Drop a like on the video. Really helps me out a lot. And comment down below who you think is going to go on a deep playoff run this year. Who's your Cup pick? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Really do appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one.